Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is the worksheet that we were doing last time. We have done till question number 6 and today we are starting with question number 7. And also if you want the mock test series or the mock papers if you want to purchase, we are having that and they are at very affordable rates. All you need to do is just email us at exacademy@gmail.com. And also if you are looking for classes from year 1 to A levels for any subject, they are very affordable. GCSE classes are at just £6 per hour, or if you need the last time help because exams have already started, so if you need any help, last time help just for one question or like anything, if you have any doubt, you can just enroll it or you can just book some classes. All you need to do is just email us at exacademy@gmail.com. Okay, so let me start with question number 7. It says, in the figure given above, calculate the length x. The figure is a little bit smaller. Let me just zoom it. Now, they are asking this. Clearly, this is a non-right triangle. No, so obviously either we'll go for sine rule or for cosine rule. And here we have a combination of 3 sides, right? 2 given, 1 missing. So all we need to do is just find one angle, any one angle, and we can find x. Obviously, seems to be like this angle is way more easier to calculate, obviously. So I'm starting with this triangle because this triangle will help me in finding any angle. So starting with this one, this triangle, let me see 2 sides, one angle given, and we have to calculate another angle. That's a combination of 2 sides and 2 angles, which is sine. So we have to apply sine rule. This I have already explained when to use cosine rule, when to use sine rule. So just go the previous video and you'll find the answer. Now I'm applying sine rule. So sine of angle 50 over 8, because opposite side, is equals to sine of x over 10. Now this will be sine x is equals to multiply sine 50 times 10 over 8. And this will give you sine x as 0.95 something. And on taking inverse, I'll get angle as 73.136 degrees. So which means this angle is 73.136. That means this angle is, because angle in a straight line is 180. So this angle is going to be 180 minus 73.136. It's 180 minus 73.136 is equals to 108.86. So this is the angle. Now, once we have this angle, which is 108.86, we now have this angle, and it's very easy to calculate x, which is x squared is equals to sum of square of other 2 sides minus 2 times 5 times 8 cos of 108.86, which will give you x squared as 65.78, and on taking root we'll get 8.11 centimeters. So that's your answer. Moving on to the next question. In a trapezium given above, angle CDA, which is this angle, 55 degrees. Total length of AC and DC is 20 centimeters. So AC and DC is 20 centimeters. This one and this one together is 80 centimeters. That means, let me say if this be x. So CD is going to be 20 minus x clearly. And angle CAD, that means this angle is clearly 45 degrees given. So that means it's very easy for me to calculate this angle by angle sum property of a triangle. Sum of all the angles of a triangle is always 180 degrees. So 45 plus 55, and taking away from 180 will get the result. So now that means this is going to be 100 degrees. Given triangle ABC is an isosceles, this triangle is an isosceles triangle, and we have to calculate the length AB. That means this length we have to calculate. Okay, so now let me solve this one, this part. First of all, the main aim is to calculate x. So to calculate x, clearly it's a combination of two sides and two angles. I'll go for sine rule. So sine of angle 55 degrees over the opposite side, which is x, is equals to sine of 45 degrees over opposite angle, side, which is 20 minus x. Now sine 55 is 0.8191, so let me take 0.8. So 0.8 times, I'm just cross multiplying, so 20 minus x will go there, so 20 minus x, and sine 45 is 1 over root 2, so which is in decimal, I can just round it off, 0.7 x. So this will give you 16 minus 0.x is equals to 0.7x. 16 is equals to 1.5x, and x is equals to 16 over 1.5, which is like we are giving an nearly up to 1 decimal, simple. So up to 1 decimal it's going to be 10.7. So 10.7 centimeters. So at least we got that x is 10.7. So this x is going to be 10.7 centimeters. So this we have calculated. Now we have to calculate another angle, any one angle, because it's an isosceles, and just by looking at it we can clearly understand that these two are going to be the equal sides, because nothing is mentioned. Generally don't go by the figure thing, like many a times it feels like this is an isosceles, oh this is equilateral, but until unless it's not mentioned in the question, don't assume. Obviously here they have mentioned that it's an isosceles, that's it. So either we can calculate all the angles and see that whether we are getting it, but in this case it's not possible to calculate all the angles. So just by looking at the diagram we are just getting a rough idea that AB is equals to BC. So that means if this is y, this will be y as well. We need just any one angle, and in my opinion obviously this is way more easier to calculate, and it's possible, to be honest. Why? Because a trapezium, if I draw a trapezium separately, two lines are parallel in a trapezium, and this is a transversal, because trapezium is what? One pair of sides are parallel. So these two form interior angles and they always add up to 180 degrees. That means this whole angle and this angle add up to 180 degrees. So this remaining angle, let me say z, z plus 100 is a whole one angle, and plus 55 should be equals to 180 degrees. That means z is going to be 25 degrees. Now it's mentioned that this is an isosceles, so if this, let me say this be z, then this be z as well, because we are assuming that AB is equals to BC. That means opposite angles according to the isosceles property, these are equal. Obviously we have the combination of two sides, two angles, so we'll go definitely for sine rule, but for that we should know this angle, and it's very easy because this is 25 degrees that we have calculated, so this is also going to be 25, and by angle sum property this is going to be 130 degrees. So applying sine rule, it will be sine of angle 130 and opposite side C, it's AC, which is 10.7, equals sine of 25 and opposite angle we have assumed to be y. So y is, I'm just cross multiplying this one, so y times sine 130 is equals to 10.7 times sine 25, and y is equals to 10.7 times sine 25 over sine of 130 degrees, which will be equals to 5.9 centimeters. So this is the value of AB. Now, question number 9. Three vertical right angle triangles are placed together to form one side of bigger triangle. ABC in the figure given above, given ABC equals to BC and the area of ABC is 225 centimeters squared, then we have to find the length AC. Okay, see. Let me just zoom it. They have mentioned that these three right triangles are all equal in length and in everything. That means this is also 8, this is also 6, 8, 6, 8. So we have to calculate length of this one. The area of this whole triangle is given, so obviously we should know the length of it, and that is given by this one. If I'll calculate this one, this is the hypotenuse of this smaller triangle. So we can easily calculate, that means this is going to be 8 squared plus 6 squared and root of it. Let me name this be AD. So AD is going to be root of 8 squared plus 6 squared, which is 100, and root of 100 is just 10. So AD is 10. So that means if this is 10, this will be 10 and this will be 10 as well. So from here I can clearly see that AB is 30 centimeters. And here already mentioned that AB is equals to BC. That means now I get to know that BC is also 30 centimeters. So BC is also 30 centimeters. Given the area is 225 centimeters squared. So area of this whole triangle is half AB, because this is not a right triangle. So half AB times BC times sine of angle B is equals to 225. AB and BC both are given as 30. So this is 30 times 30 is 900 times sine of B is equals to, multiplying both the sides by 2 in order to remove this, 225 times 2, which is 450. So sine B is equals to 450 over 900, and even for this question calculator is not required like till now. Sine B is half. So B is sine inverse half, which is 30 degrees. So why I have calculated this angle? Because I need third side. So whether I'll go for cosine rule or sine rule, at least one angle should be known. And that's the reason the only possible way or the only possible angle which can be calculated is angle B itself. So now we have a combination of three sides and one angle. So obviously I'll go for cosine rule. So cosine rule says this side AC squared, this one squared, is equals to sum of squares of other two sides. So 30 squared plus 30 squared minus 2 times 30 and cos of half. So from here AC squared is equals to, this is 0.068 and root of it will give you 0.26 and centimeters. Oh, this comes out to be very small, but this is how you'll solve it. Now see, this is the last question. A regular hexagon is inscribed in a rectangle with length, you can see 40 root 3. Area of the shaded triangle, that means this one, is clearly given as 200 root 3 centimeters squared. Then calculate the area of the triangle inscribed in a regular hexagon, this one. And clearly when we divide with the lines of symmetry to a hexagon, we always get equilateral triangle, which means this is an equilateral triangle. And if we can calculate the side of one hexagon, then we can calculate the side of every or it's very easy to calculate the area of this equilateral triangle, because all the sides will be equal. First start with this one, which is given already. Let's say this be x and this be y, and clearly this y is half of the width. This whole is meeting at midpoint because this is the line of symmetry So this is 20 root 3. So length of x times 20 root 3 over 2, half times base times height, is equals to 200 root 3. From here x will be 20 centimeters. So we got that this is 20 centimeters. Now one more thing, that every triangle that you can see here, this one, this one, this one, this one, they all are basically congruent triangles by RHS. So if they are congruent, then this is also equals to 20 centimeters. And if this is 20 centimeters, then we can calculate it. This one, because this is a right triangle, so this is basically, I have to apply Pythagoras, and this is hypotenuse, and obviously hypotenuse is same, so that will give you one side. So 20 root 3 whole squared plus 20 squared is equals to, let's say this be m, is equals to m squared. This is 1200 plus 400 is equals to m squared, and m is equals to 40. So this is 40. So now I know that length of each side of this hexagon is 40. That means this is 40, this is 40, and this is 40. And area directly, either what you can do, you can just draw perpendicular, use Pythagoras to calculate this height and then do half times base times height. Or what you can do, you can just directly apply the formula to calculate the area of this triangle, which is root 3 over 4a squared. And a we have calculated as 20. So this will be root 3 4 times a squared, which is 40 squared. That is 1600 by 4. Or let me keep that answer in a third form, as nothing is mentioned here that you have to give answer up to 2 decimal place or something. So we are keeping it as it is. So 400 root 3 centimeters squared is the area of this triangle. So that's it for today. I'm again saying, if you're looking for like one-on-one classes, doubt sessions, or classes from year 1 to A levels, just drop us an email at exactacademy@gmail.com. And if you're looking for free worksheets, test series, then you just have to log in to our website, which is www.exactacademy.com. So that's it for today. Keep learning, keep practicing. Bye. Take care.